You gonna fight today?
I don't know. No, I'm gonna sell the armor from the slain of yesterday.
How many you kill?
I killed about 12 and I maimed at least that many.
Oyez! Oyez! Good morning, West Kingdom! These are your 8 a.m. announcements. The Herald meeting is at Herald Point at 9.
Go get dressed. Go get dressed.
The Kayaju will be meeting at 9:30.
Court will be at 10:30.
It is now 8:13. Good morning.
My real name is Eric Gardner. My SCA name is Eric Brahim Muzarab. That is for the ones who are of the religion that I am. But for the infidels who cannot pronounce my language, it is Eric of Huntington.
This is my squire, Eric of Huntington. For becoming a knight, you can't just enter into the SCA and pick a title or become a knight. It tends to take, on the average, about 5 to 6, 7 years.
I will be knighted when they think that I'm ready and when I think I'm ready to become a knight. It's just more than just fighting. It's a lot more than just fighting. You have to know honor and chivalry, and those are key things as far as I'm concerned that any
Courtly graces are necessary as well.
Dancing.
That's one of the things I get to do.
Yeah, she teaches me how to dance.
As the lady of his knight, I make sure that he plays the games, the board games, the chess games that he knows how. I make sure that he knows how to treat a lady nicely or how to dance. One of the things I enjoy doing with him is making sure he has a dance partner so that he learns the courtly graces as well as just the fighting. There's far more than just fighting involved. One must be a good all-round person.
We, for our part, do swear fealty to these Knights of the West, to support, protect, and defend you with all of our power, until we depart from our throne, or death take us, or the world end. So say I, Rolf, King of the West.
And so also say I, Mari, Queen of the West. Fight well today.
We have, I believe, 96 fighters in the lists, and quite a few of them are very, very strong.
Go up, challenge. When you come forward to do your challenge, you come forward with your consort.
My lady's wife, well known to you, Mrs. Karen McMickey.
Is that okay?
To fight for someone's honor is part of your own being. It's part of your own soul. You are putting yourself on display out there to fight for this person. If you do them a disservice or a dishonor, you're not only shaming yourself, you're shaming another individual as well, and those around you. And to do so is such a horrible thing, or should be thought of as such a horrible thing, as to not be done.
Honor is different to everyone, and to me it's a strong feeling. I want to treat everybody like I want to be treated, justly.
There are no losers on the field as long as honor and chivalry is upheld, and that is our ideal.
That's why I brought him over, because he talks really good. Where I do my thinking with sticks.
Good lords and gentles, in this, the first round of the Crown Tournament of the Kingdom of the West, here to meet in single and honorable combat, Viscount Fabian Arnett von Schweisigen and Catherine de Lacy.
A death is constituted by a good, sturdy blow by a rattan stick to the body, the knee, or up. If it hits above the hip into the body or the head, you're dead.
Do I feel cared for here? Yes, I feel quite cared for here. I have friends that look out for me like you wouldn't believe. They'll come up. Have you eaten? Yeah. Are you sure? Yeah. Are you drinking lots of water? They're concerned. They're truly concerned. I think the second round is about to come up, so I have to get ready to be prepared to, fight again. So I got to hear him call my name. So if you please excuse me. Sure. I love this period. It was a period of chivalry, of honor, where you can care and it's taken for what it is, something that you really want to do.
Are we ready? In this can-do meet, Willowen of Stewart, Old Gooding, and Derek of Huntington. Victory to Eric of Huntington!
Great fight. Great fight. Long arms.
Report to Gold Sales, if you will.
That's two.
Felix of Dartmoor, Morwenna of Tentajob.
The way I was before I joined the SCA was a person that was closing down. I wasn't pretty happy with today's society. I didn't find there was a lot of people who cared, who gave a damn about other people. And when it seems like when I gave a damn and did something to help people, 6 or 7 out of 10 times I got screwed in the process. So I started shutting down from that and didn't want to give to anybody, didn't want to be that caring soul. I found the SCA, rather it found me, or so to speak, we came into contact, and it was a society that enabled me to do things for people and not worried about being stabbed in the back or being taken advantage. Because if you're too nice to people, sometimes they go, "Oh, he's weak. He's a mark. You can take him all the time," and you get hurt. And I got tired of being hurt.
What's the matter with your rivet? It's pulled through the metal here, and we can make the holes bigger. We have the Okay.
We aren't a bunch of misfits who are not able to act in reality and are acting in the SCA instead. But that actually what most of the SCA is are people who are bored with reality because they can encompass it and it doesn't take all of their talents or imagination.
I'll think of it more or less away from
I'm Eichling von Amrum. Oh, you want the real one too? Okay. I'm Janet Chenault. But today, I am a 10th century Viking called Eichling. Eichling's a much bolder person than Janet is. Probably a much more spontaneous person. Other than that, very much the same. I like to think that Eichling is what I would have been like if I had been born in the 10th century. No way of checking on that. You never really know how much your society influences you. Can't effectively step out of it. But she's somebody I'm comfortable being. Not just comfortable acting, but comfortable being. And I kind of hope she's a nice person. Alrighty, I have to get some edge tape for this.
This is their heraldings here.
There are hundreds of people in this world who know me as Janet Chenault. There are thousands of people who know me in this world as Eichling von Amrum, which is sometimes a little startling to think of, that 10 times more people know me as my alter ego than they do as myself. I deliberately made Eichling von Amrum to be a different person than Janet Chenault. Janet Chenault was a very shy wallflower and she wasn't having a whole lot of fun. So I made Eichling to be a bold lass who'd go like tromping across the room and sit down on the lap of a man she'd never met, grab his mug, drink his mead, give him a kiss, give him back an empty mug, and get up and leave. And after a couple of years of this, I found I was having a lot more fun being Eichling than I was being Janet, so I kind of took them and merged them. And Janet and Eichling are pretty much the same person.
The Dryak the Fierce versus Eichling von Amrum. Belina Memo Hazara Khan versus George of Lancaster.
When you go out onto the field, 90% of you knows that it's just your good friend and buddy William, who wouldn't hurt you for the world, who's facing you. And when the marshals say lay on, that this is just, you know, a safe martial art. The other 10% of you goes, that's a man in armor and he has a sword and he's going to cut me to pieces.
Not necessarily Tim.
You go out there again and again and you face this. I'm generally 50 pounds lighter and 4 or 5 inches shorter than most of my opponents.
Wow.
And I go out against them.
And for love, honor, and the glory of the Queen, lay on.
Victory to Gilbert Reeves McLachlan!
Oh, great time.
There for a second, I thought we had a...
This is something that changes you. I've seen it in myself and I've seen it in a lot of other people. It gives you a sort of confidence in dealing with life.
Lancaster Army to the field!
Most of the people who come in very wholeheartedly into the SCA express a sense of coming home. And that's what I felt.
I think you're right.
Okay, away you go.
these are the substitutes for our families in many cases. You can't choose your family, but you can certainly choose your friends, and a lot of these people are here for that very reason.
I feel just as close to these people I'm around as I do to my real family. It's a strong bond.
Good job. All right. Thank you. Quite well.
Oh, always. I'm also a dreamer, too.
Good luck. Miss inspection. Do you have a cup in?
Yes.
That's your knees, please. Bend them. Bend your elbows. Okay, you got that. Do you have kidney protection?
Yes.
Please push. Okay. Do you have throat protection, Gorge? All right. Quite well.
Thank you, Lord.
I need more tape.
It's a friendly war where after the war we'll get together and have revelry and drink beer and sing songs and talk about what we did today and who we killed and drink beer with the friends that we've killed. The side that wins is the one that wins the most scenarios, which they're about to go to now, so I have to go. Bye.
We like to think of the SCA as being Valhalla because it's what you're promised is the afterlife. You get to fight all day, and then all the heroes pick themselves up off the ground and they go and drink mead all night. So, you know, after all, you have death and you have an afterlife. What can life itself have to worry you with?
When the evening time hits and there are no cars parked anywhere and you can't hear the banging of the privy door, or there are times when there's a complete lack of all those mundane modern things, and you look around and you see the airplane,
Yeah.
and everything is perfect,
Yeah.
and the illusion is complete.
Wien Richard Gold Zillagomna, Yer was Twissa. Fatum Fachna, now was that pharmacy that hey Rodgar is Ham Yasochta.
a note. So please.
Good morning.
Here the music is friendly and it's close, and sometimes it's intensely personal. It doesn't have the detachment. Here music is it. This is who I am. I'm a 1510 Meister singer. But out there, I'm just another performer. What the heck?
And how do you change from this? Would you prefer back to that?
When the costume comes on, my personality changes. And that's why we all dress the way we do. It allows us to think of the gentler, nicer, truer selves. The more real people, I think, are here. This is where all the nice people are. This is the nice side of everybody's personality, is here in the SCA.
Till the greenwood rang, and he'd won the heart of a lady.
Looks lovely, small one.
Step over here just a little. Ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-day. I splice telephone cables for the phone company. I work mostly in extremely dirty manholes. I am the only woman in my work center who does what I do. And here I can be a lady. There I have to be a tough cable splicer. Female, but not a lady.
I'm a single father, so I take care of my son. He's a teenager, you know, everybody can relate to how 14-year-old boys are. And since I got him into the SCA, he's calmed down quite a bit. I think he's learned the meaning of honor and chivalry and helping people. He cares about people instead of thinking everybody's against him. He knows it's not true.
This is when everything gets stripped down and you see all the plastic and all the hardware, and you start remembering that you have to pay your bills tomorrow, and you have to pull up your car, and you wreck that lovely panoramic view that you've been staring at for the last 3 or 4 days, and it's really an awful drag. It's when, you know, as I said, when life begins anew.
For many of the young people, it's their first sense of history. For many of us who are more mature, it's that break in reality that we need so badly. Isn't it a dream to go off and build a little Camelot to each of us in our own way? Whether we be king or whether we be just one who walks around. It is part of a dream.
Hello, Erica.
In saying this is only a game, you forget that game playing is a part of reality. And when you say in the real world, the SCA exists in the real world. All the abilities and the skills you have transfer. You know, you don't get this sort of experience in the normal course of life. And I have it. I've, you know, negotiated peace settlements. I've done things. I've had, even if it's only a shadow or a mirage of the power that you would have in such a situation in the real world, you nonetheless come away from it with a different bouquet of skills than you would otherwise have. So the boss sitting across the desk from you isn't intimidating to someone who has sat and negotiated with kings.
Did you get the fax? 011-4481-313-9467? 5578. Well, what's this 313-9467? Oh, that's the number you gave me. I wrote it down. Okay, I have to recreate it because I threw it all away. Yes. Oh, 11-4481-460-5578.
Very much in the mundane world, you are restricted by the expectations of the people around you. If you do not have a college degree, you do not have permission to think. If you do not have a certain gender, you may not be on the battlefield in a war. The mundane world has all sorts of expectation limiting restrictions, and the SCA has very few of them.
Eric was probably someone, if he could have lived in earlier centuries, would have made a great knight.